Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Echoes of Honor, the spin-off series to our Dice Before Dishonor. And I've noticed in the numbers, a lot of you are listening along, and we do appreciate it because there's an expanded storyline. There's helpful. This is not just like bonus quality DVD stuff. It's its own story. It actually rides right along, and the two podcasts together will actually complete Honor's Echo, the Pathfinder Society Season 8 edition that we are using as our prologue for both series, but we have something special planned. There's going to be a finale, and everyone's going to come together to finish it off. It'll be grand, but for right now, one more time into the fold. And by fold, I mean a folded piece of paper. Gentlemen, the last time we met, you were in mourning. You were helping your benefactor Romeo Alcasti mourn the passing of Verena Alcasti, last of the Yzlanti line, and a drink, with her corpse conveniently still rotting outside on the horse. A few days have passed. Romeo has had other business, other guests, and possibly some cavaliers to talk to, but has kept you separate. In your downtime, with the wealth you may have acquired, have you guys re-geared, purchased anything? Like, obviously, like replacing arrows and stuff is kind of a given, and we do that math outside the pod, but is there anything new and shiny, anything specific from the treasure we garnered?
I didn't think we got anything, really.
I'm feeling especially poor, so.
You're feeling it?
I don't know what the DM thinks we have.
You're not buying much with the 10 gold pieces I have, so.
Yeah.
You guys got him a set of silverware printed with the Pegasus motif, a pair of gold-rimmed
spectacles. Gave it all to him. Gave it all back to him, I thought.
Now, a pair of gold-rimmed spectacles, a snuff box with a gilded scarab attached to the lid. Actually, they didn't really interest him. They have no proof. So he, for your fine job of bringing back the rotting corpse, the silverware he's interested in because it has his family motif on it. The snuff box with a gilded scarab attached to the lid, and gold-rimmed spectacles. Now, the broken Pegasus figurine, you guys, Tapo had it, and he was talking about fixing it. Romeo necessarily taking it off you if you still want it.
Well, if he's not wanting it in return, I'll keep it.
Sure.
I'll be in the background trying to
get this
set it together.
Going. Okay.
Yeah. I have no hope of actually doing that, but
okay. Now, do you guys have any appraise skills to guess its value, or take the stuff into town and get the stuff valued? Try and cash it or anything, or just?
It looks like it's a skill that needs to be trained, right?
No, appraisal is a good guess from anybody.
Oh, it can be. All right. Well,
yeah. I have a
good as any. This is worth, I don't know, 600-700 gold. I'm sure. I rolled a 6.
I'm absolutely sure this is
13.
valuable.
I'm sure it's much less than that.
It's yours. It's the party's. You guys want to just hang on to it for now and cash it out later? Or did you, like I said, what I'm getting to is, would you guys want to liquidate this into money and then go buy more gear? Or are you guys just happy to, like, we own it and it's in town, or we take it with us,
Well, I'd like to at least know what it's worth.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So I got a 21 on the snooze box for appraisal.
Gold rim spectacles are worth 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the snuff box.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
He used the spectacles to inspect the snuff box.
That's right.
Oh, it's even more valuable.
It's even more valuable than we thought.
They're rose-colored spectacles, making everything look better, right?
It's priceless.
Put these on, Tapo. Praise goes up. At least your value, your self-worth of everything around you goes down. All right. The snuff box with the gilded scarab on it is pretty basic, but the lid itself is like a precious materials. So in itself, you would probably get 25, 50 gold for it. But to a collector, if you guys have knowledge history,
I believe I don't.
Nope. Knowledge
I
history.
do. Yes, sir.
It's a collectible antique.
It looks antique-y.
I got an 8.
To an 8?
We suck.
Can Duke kind of chime in quickly? Is that an 18?
Sure. And someone with the Oreosirionologist feat, the proverbial guy that traipses around Osirian like Indiana Jones, might find this a valuable antique and would pay well for it.
Antiquarian.
It's from Osirian. You can find one of them.
All right, so we'll spend a little bit of time trying to hunt down somebody that, can a little better ascertain its value to a collector. I think that's a
I
worthwhile
heard there's this up-and-coming paladin down in Osirion making names for himself down there. Some Azamar guy. I don't know.
Gonna mail it to him? I was looking for a cameo, but it's like we have your guy like in Opera, like Arif and the paladin here in Opera. No, this is a great time for a cameo, right?
No.
Find a strange elven wizard who is unwise.
I would go with Arif, because as a cloistered cleric, he would go like city to city, like library to library kind of thing.
Oh no, I know. I just wanted to cameo Zix, who we haven't seen in a year.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, he's rich.
Yeah.
$500 for a map.
And unwise to humans.
Map and a guy that was too friendly towards camels. That's for damn sure. You just truckloads of money, that elf.
Those are noble beasts.
Yes. All right.
So we're saying if only we had known somebody about, ancient Osirion, they would know the value of this.
Until then, put it in the box.
Who are we talking to? Are we talking to a jeweler? I'm assuming you guys...
No, we're not really talking to anybody. We're just talking amongst ourselves.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So,
and that's what I was saying.
The bar table, right? We're in the Tavern.
I got you. So, sorry,
and we're just looking at stuff.
It's your own appraised checks. Okay. So,
yes.
So to confirm these suspicions, would you go with the metallurgy approach and go to like a jeweler and see if the stuff is like, the fine tooled craft of the scarab, type of thing?
I don't
it's
really
a curiosity. Was you guys trying to look up some kind of nobleman or collector, or would you guys go to some kind of sage for the historical value of something?
Brainiac, what do you think?
Well, I think we should see if it's worth more to someone more knowledgeable in antiquities. Everybody knows that if you melt it down, it's worth the base metal value, but what is it worth to someone who's a little more knowledgeable about it?
You have somebody in mind?
Yeah.
There are antique shops and collectors like in Opera.
Yes,
Gather
let's go to
some information. And
let's go to the antique shop.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a knowledge local check to see if we can figure out where the nearest collector of old things is.
Collector of old stuff. Well, let's bring
How
up...
about a knowledge local? Will that work? Or
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Oh, nice.
Woo.
Your answers are most likely answered somewhere in the gray market. Here.
To the gray market.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
The massive bridge. Now, to picture Opara itself, which we haven't really gotten into, okay? The top, the north side of Opara, is a half-moon, nice big round wall. Two channel rivers, actually man-made, seam cut, come straight into it from like 45-degree angles and meet in the center of town, crossed by three bridges. At the center of the town, this canal converges and heads southeast towards the edge of town, which actually is a coastline. Now, on your bottom left, in this sort of, I would have to say, man of war type shaped glob of a city, the tall cliff wall comes all the way down the left side, and we already experienced it with Tapo near the church.
Right.
But along the right side, where the actual river, like to the left side of the city, is open inner sea. The right side, this massive bridge comes out the bottom, crosses Westport and Eastport Channel, which is quite large, and this massive bridge heads over to like an elongated, slug-shaped island. And then continues on straight across the River Selin, and we're talking like this thing has got to be a good kilometer long. Like, it's pretty wide, pretty long. Massive Golden Gate Bridge, like maybe 4 or 5 times its length. It's pretty big looking if we're looking to scale. Anyway, at the edge of this bridge, still rooted on land firmly in the city at the edge of the channel, is the Grey Market, where just about anything can be found, including information of possibly a better place. So, diplomacy, gentlemen, gather some intel, if you will. I shall roll a d4 in the hours that it takes you in diplomacy checks to figure out who to talk to get this information you require.
My natural charm. I get a 5.
Anyone else?
Can I get into a bar fight?
Just by asking who to talk to?
Because I mistakenly insulted them and found nothing. But Sigurd, I heard you did well.
Sigurd, Fry.
I got a natural 20 for a 27.
Wow.
Jay?
I got a 10.
And I will just try to aid other for Sigurd.
Okay.
And I fail.
You fail.
Possessing no real skill
no help at all
in the social arts.
3 hours later, Tapo looking sideways at everybody, itching for a fight.
I got a black eye.
Keeps those little stalls more than a bar that hold like one little bartender, a little stall, and like 3 stools, and he's asking around and gets little fisticuffs a couple times. Right?
Don't make me come back here again, or I'm going to do it a second time.
You're not welcome here.
Then I leave it back here. They're useless.
We don't like you. My friend
I found nothing.
Like you.
Well, I don't like you either. Get out of here. And so I return. Sorry, guys. I don't have any. I got stopped the first place, and they just wanted to do nothing but fight me.
That was 3 minutes. 3 hours later, he's no more successful of that. Just picking fights. Hoping to win one, then demand answers. All right. However, Sigurd, merchants. Merchants, if you can convince them that you might even possibly buy something to keep you on their proverbial hook of sale, will probably give up information. And it's some Osirian and Katapesh merchants that you find at one of these particular bar stalls that Tapo has yet to roust and moving about selling their wares in the grey market.
You mean to rough them up?
No, Tapo. Please. Just go somewhere else. Anywhere else.
All right, I'll be here to bodyguard you.
Get a fight underneath the bridge. Go have fun.
I've already done that for 3 hours. I want to do something else.
I want to do something else.
Go for a swim. I don't care.
No, I'm going to stay here and bodyguard you.
I don't need bodyguarding.
I know that, but that's okay.
Turns out these guys will actually buy it. They are interested, and they would actually make you an offer. They'll buy it off you, but they're
right,
smart.
I'll shut up.
Master hagglers from Osirian and the neighboring country of Katapesh. These guys they're slick. They do seem interested, as opposed to like jumping to like where you could sell it. They're like, we'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
What are you asking for it, my friend?
Well, we have talked to some others, and I happen to be very knowledgeable about this kind of material myself, along with one of my compatriots, asking for a minimum of 1,000 gold.
They laugh. For a snuff box with a scarab beetle? No. Oh. Do you speak Orasani?
No, I do not.
Do you speak Katapesh?
No, I do not.
All right. Sideways comments. You do realize from the body language and the way they say something, they quietly kind of some sideways comments about your knowledge.
Yeah.
A little elbow joist still, a couple of know what I means. This guy's got snow in his ears.
If you aren't happy with it, make me a counter offer.
10 gold.
10 gold.
Yes, you have too many zeros.
Sounds like these guys are insulting you.
You, like your height, is way up here. We, around the 5 foot or something, are down here. You come down to our level with your price, we can talk. 10 gold.
You want me to punch him?
No.
You want to get arrested? I have a permit,
You do realize that this is generally rumored to be quite a lucky box. There's a long line of history that comes with it.
Oh?
Indeed. The last owner had quite a few mysterious items amongst their possessions. Unfortunately, we didn't really have time to bring them here.
In my country, mysterious is a polite way of saying cursed. 5 gold.
Oh, certainly not cursed. In the right hands, quite lucky.
Well, I'm having my price because, now is a 50-50 chance that this item is probably cursed, eh? The Assyrian guy takes offense to the Katapesh guy's comment. Are you saying my country is entirely cursed and everything from it is cursed? No, I'm not saying that. But they don't know that.
No, it's not cursed. Unfortunately, though, you do need to know something of the scarab for its powers to work.
They just
it's not so much.
Several sets of eyebrows suddenly shoot up like you're talking to 2 guys from the country of.
I am. Yes.
It's like, what do you think we are?
That's why we're here.
A Katapesh merchant, Osirian merchant. It's like
that's why we're here. Yes, and it's not so much magical advantages as it is virility advantages.
Where are you going with this? How about the bluff check? I'm really just... Excuse me.
Sure.
5 gold, take it or leave it, or maybe move on, If this guy wants to punch my friend, he just pushes the Osirian guy forward. And,
keep insulting my friend.
I'll take 6 maybe, but...
I didn't make the check I needed.
I'm pretty sure we're spending too much time on a minor lucky item on this podcast. What'd you get?
We're spending just...
And that's a 10.
It's a 10. You're very unconvincing.
Okay.
You're a terrible liar.
He is.
Tell you why.
15 gold.
6. And you can tell the big guy to stop leering at me. I don't like the way he's looking at me. I haven't been arrested. We're legitimate businessmen.
Just go.
I take one step backward.
To tap
That's right. You go loom over there.
Just one step. That's all I take. And I continue to glare.
Are you intimidating them?
That's an option, isn't it?
Well, you were threatening us.
Ooh, I got a 14.
Okay.
I let my demeanor speak volumes.
All right. And what volume are we trying to speak? Are we going in the
volume of, if you don't give us a good deal, don't cheat us, give us a decent deal, because if you don't, I'm going to follow you home and kill your children kind of look.
It's a very specific look.
It's a very, very specific. I wish somebody. Yes. How about you, Scarizio? Do you speak like Catapesh or seriously? Like, he's looking at me like he'd follow me, he'd swim across the inner sea and kill our children.
I just, as he gives him that look, I kind of cock my head over. What the hell's going on here? We're just trying to sell a box. As one hand drifts down to a spell component pouch, pulls out a pinch of silver, and kind of rolls the silver between his fingers. Just in case things go sideways.
Do you think we should go for 7 gold? I think we should call the guards. Look at this crazy guy.
What, my 14 intimidate check did not make them friendly?
No, we're kind of cowed.
Oh. Well, no, I'm trying to use the intimidate skill to make them friendly for a few hours. Just enough to give us good deal. And then run home and say,
intimidate does not make people friendly. It makes them compliant. It makes them compliant.
It makes them friendly.
It makes them compliant.
It. Well, okay.
You know what I mean? And we have mixed feelings about you after you leave after 1d6 10 minutes. Anyway, you said, and I quote, so that you don't get cheated. Perhaps the box really is only worth about 10, 12, maybe 20 gold if you're lucky.
Okay.
And they're like way down in price. 1,000, there's no way, Mm-hmm. I mean, you get like a 25 and step in my nose and like demand 1,000 gold pieces. You'd be like, I only have 50 gold, please don't kill me. Something. But you're standing back glaring at us going, don't you even think about cheating my friend? And they're like,
that's right.
Okay, 7. We will call the guards,
And as this conversation's kind of going down, I'll take a minute to look around. Are there guards anywhere?
Oh, there's all kinds of people pushing past you,
Damn it.
Guys are even jostling Tapo, who's taking no notice. He's locked on the glare, and they're just like, out of the middle of the road, idiot. He just like looks down at them. They back away. The market is bustling, But that's to your advantage. Like, unless anyone really raises their voice, you just look like a whole bunch of guys glowering at each other and arguing over a price, The market can be as happy. It's not like a happy, joyful. It's like, hey, come buy my stuff. And then everybody gets in there and they all close right up. And if you were to look across the neighboring stall, okay, picture a scene. Come and buy my fish. And the guy comes over, and then the haggling starts. Everyone starts looking very, very serious as they haggle over price. So no one expects you guys not to look glowering at each other or serious. As long as weapons don't come out, spells don't go on. So you guys are right now just kind of posturing, and threatening.
Yes.
And these guys are all muttering, But guards and friendly merchants and stuff aren't very far away. I mean,
no, I will not follow up with this threat until they.
No, I didn't think you would.
Yes, no,
but they don't know that.
They don't know that.
I don't know that. I could die here today. I don't want to die in Opera, and then my children are next. Sure, he gets arrested, but
Sigurd's done with this bullshit. 7 gold, take it or leave it. We have better shit to do.
Fine.
I'm not going to haggle anymore.
650.
Do you want me to let him walk closer?
Do you want us to call for the guards?
Those words will never leave your mouth.
He might be a bit faster. You started with 10.
Fine.
I came down.
7.
Deal.
But you never come near us again.
That is
tomorrow.
Fair.
See you tomorrow. I love you guys. 5 hours later, it's after hours, and Tapo's got these guys drunk and loving him in the bar, right? But for right now, it's business hours, and see you tomorrow. All right. So they take it off your hands, and they give you 7 gold.
Cool.
And
so much better.
And 5 on the D6. 50 minutes later, they lodge a complaint with the guild, with the guards, describe you guys. Some paracivilians. Actually, an Ulfin. You don't look like you're from here. Some Ulfin dude. Blah blah blah. It's not like you guys gave names.
I wasn't intimidated. I wasn't doing anything. I was just haggling.
I'm just saying. Some descriptions go out to some guys were
yeah, that's fine.
War merchants. Anyway, but they're playing the race angle, hey, we have permits to be here, and why are your people, muscling on us and this kind of thing.
I can intimidate the guards too.
don't think too much will happen of it. Tapo's a man of his word. He comes back tomorrow.
That's him. I would, unless I've got something else to do.
Good.
Let's get this adventure started. So I'm not.
Yeah. What I've been trying to do.
That camera follows you guys.
Moving on.
I put it. The module puts a bug on a box from another country, and now we're like 20 minutes into this.
It's a story.
I'm having a great time.
All right.
Have we completed our transactions?
Yes, but how do you split 7 gold 4 ways? 4 ways.
I don't want.
And the fighting
I'm
starts
in the snuff box. Oh wait, we just sold that.
Damn it!
I split it between the 3 of them. I gave them an equal amount or whatever. What?
Can you make change?
3?
I guarantee this box will resurface in one of my podcasts. I guarantee it. You're going to be so sorry you let it go for 7 gold, you chumps.
What? Fucking 3,
it's
2, and 2.
It's the snuff box of fate. We're bleeding listeners as we speak.
I don't know what that is. So.
That's the true cost of this thing.
That's right. It's costing us listeners. Let's move on. But all this holy, let's please move on. Anyway, so day at the market, visit some interesting places in Opera, some interesting foreigners, roughed up some locals, intimidated some foreigners, had some drinks, and returning to the same bar. You guys hang out.
Yeah, that's our bar.
That's your tavern, right? That's
our tavern now.
In the back of Canal Row. No, in the Narrows. There we go.
In the Narrows.
Seedy part of town. At least it sounds like it. On the northeast side of town, where the buildings look much smaller and crowded together in the Narrows. Back alley.
My kind of people.
Not mine.
So, a letter does finally arrive.
Took him long enough.
Letter for you, sir.
It's been waiting for. I've gone for hours at the Grey Market. I've had this. It's been here 3 hours ago. The exact time it took you guys roaming around the Grey Market.
We had business anyway.
Anyway,
Quest couldn't start without us leaving the tavern anyway. So,
all right, you guys see this?
Had to reset.
Salutations! The letter from Alcasti says, I have finally confirmed the location of my family's mausoleum. My most admirable ancestor, Heronia, was buried there with the respect she deserved. Despite some protest from her ungrateful enemies who profited from slandering her name, please go to her and retrieve her laurels and medals of service. She should have been buried with them. Even her detractors couldn't strip those from her. While it pains me to disturb her eternal rest, I am sure she would understand. I will pay you handsomely for this invaluable proof of her heroism. I have enclosed the mausoleum key and a vial of water with the note. Pouring the water on the door should reveal the keyhole. Please be careful with the key. You do not want to know the trouble I had to go through to get it. Best of luck, Romeo Alcasti.
The key's not made of glass, is it?
The tavern keeper also tells you that new horses have been required for you guys by Romeo. Comes out of your bill.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I guess let's get it off.
So I think, I don't know, we'll spend the last night here in town, bathing up, eating like kings, drinking like fish, and leave first thing in the morning.
Bathing? Speak for yourself.
I am. I understand. Trust me.
Right.
He's a man of town and smells like the other side
of a girl now.
I understand your aversion to soap and water and women.
It's called manly odor.
Now,
try it sometime.
With the letter, Romeo has sent directions, and if you guys head northeast up the road to Eagle's Head from the lavish lands into the low hillocks at the bottom of the mountain pass, Mount Antios, is denoted here on the map in the middle of Taldor, and below it, the very edge of the mountain range, he gives you directions to the Alcasti family tomb built right into the base of the mountain itself. Now, if 2.5 hexes is about 120 miles on this map, you guys are traveling about 140, because it's a good 3 hexes. Like, it looks about three hexes from where you are to where you're going from the capital. So, good 150 miles.
150 miles, about 5 days ish.
Right. So, At first dawn, you ride?
Yep.
All right. Between your combined knowledge of Taldor itself, the bardic knowledge that comes from Sigurd, the sixth sense from our new Duke, the worldly book knowledge from Scorsesio, and the hard roads a soldier must travel, you guys all arrive at the Alcasti tomb relatively uneventfully.
Hooray! We've made it.
Surprisingly lacking in encounters.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be when you travel the roads, like intelligent folk.
Boring. So what are we looking at again?
As you guys actually approach the mountainside and see the man-made structures, you see white marble tombs. And the 1 year after, in the location, the base of the mountain, emerges from the shadow of this low mountain. 2 composite columns frame the tomb's tarnished silver door. It has cracked hinges. The rain-streaked relief of a Pegasus head sits in the place of a keyhole.
How can we tell it's a Pegasus head?
There's sort of the background showing like wingtips, flying. It's implied. That is a very good question, though. It looks like a horse.
As far as I know, it's a horse head.
How do we know? This is the Alabaster family next door with the white marble, and how do we know for sure?
The Palomino family.
Exactly.
So you said that we found a door that we think?
Yeah, there's a tarnished silver door with some broken hinges.
Yes.
Okay.
And a small Pegasus head sits in the place where you would normally find a keyhole.
What do we know about this place?
Is it normal to go and take something out of them?
No. Give me knowledge, history, and nobility, guys.
I did a nobility of 5, so I don't know anything. Alcasti, they're a noble family, right?
History of
We're trying to put him back there. Sorry, what was that, Sigurd?
History of 22.
Okay.
I got a knowledge history 25.
Knowledge history 25, knowledge noble 19.
Nice, Jay.
Let's start with Setsuna. As the empire began to crumble, you guys know, Setsuna, and the rest of you guys know this as well, Taladian nobles increasingly began to build tombs in remote locations to avoid depredations of vandals and scavengers. So keep the family wealth away from the family mansions. We'll bury it with our ancestry. Who was the best role, Sigurd or Scorsesio?
Both in the same.
Okay.
Yeah, we all got 25, I think was the highest there.
All right. Being a learned man, Scorsesio, being a traveled skald and picking things up everywhere, every whisper, every rumor monger, and having studied Taldor extensively for your planned journey here, Kitsune. To further deter the attention of tomb robbers, most Taladian tombs contain magical curses and powerful guardians to protect the bodies and the treasures within. And a little-known fact, some Taladian tomb guardians can only be harmed with weapons belonging to the noble houses they guard.
Will these be dangerous then? Well, that's why you brought me along. Hopefully my arrows will suffice. I doubt it.
That should be fine.
We've always got Scariso's magic to save us.
There you go.
There you go. All right, so let's
pour the water on the Pegasus head.
Kind of tie up our horses as need be, move up to the door, and do as we were instructed. Sprinkle a little bit of water on the door.
Okay, Who's carrying the water? Who does?
Scariso.
Who does the deed?
I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, okay. I'll guard. Okay. That's my job.
I'll just take a little bit of water and kind of lightly pour it across, horizontally so it trickles down. Probably starting about shoulder high, just to see if it'll reveal any the keyhole that we're looking for.
And sure enough, by the time you empty the contents of the vial, trickle, as you pour the water on the motif, a keyhole appears in the Pegasus' forehead. What do you do?
I'll quickly insert the key before the water evaporates, possibly taking the location of the keyhole with it.
Okay.
And see if I can gently turn the key right or left to see if it opens the lock.
It can. It does, and it will. With definitive but heavily forced click, junk.
All right, push the door in.
And as soon as the door's unlocked, I step back.
Does the door push inward or pull outward? I guess it doesn't matter.
Pushes in.
Well, I begin to push in.
All right, Clinton, you open the door, you pop inside. Scarizio is behind you.
Look down the corner. Look down as far as my human eyes can see in the darkness. Without a light source?
The narrow 5-foot carved stone hallway goes in 10 feet and takes a sharp hook to your right, heading south, and proceeds 5, 10, 15, 20 into darkness.
Into darkness. So, is the walls made of like dressed marble?
Carved stone.
Carved stone.
Fancy marble on the outside, but in here you have your classic heavy gray solid stone.
Got it.
Giant 5x5 tile floor.
Perfect. And
either like not rough hewn stone, but carved and reinforced stone panel wall. Big slabs.
I turn to Duke. And hey, Duke. All right, you're up. Trap swinger. You're next. I'll back you up.
I'm not sure where you heard I'm good with traps, but okay. He lights a torch.
Sneaky dudes are good with traps, aren't they? No? Oh, well.
I mean, that's why we hire
You're going to spray them either way.
Ignores you and lights a torch and just kind of leads the way in. I will roll perception for the squares ahead of me.
Okay. So 1 move for perception, 1 move to move.
Yep.
Okay.
If you'd like to roll, it's +5.
No, it's in the player zone now. Just spam me some rolls. When you actually, encounter something, I'll take the first one.
Will that do?
Ooh, what's happening?
What do we got here? 8, 23, 24, 25. You're relatively confident that things are going well. So let's line up a marching order here. Tapo, you said you're covering him, so I'm assuming you're falling in behind?
Yes, I'll have my bow out.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Right. So who's after Tapo?
That would be Scariso is behind me, and then I think Sigurd will bring up the rear. How do you think of that?
That works, I guess.
Squishy mage in the middle? Is that the tactic we're going for?
Yep.
That sounds good. Now, just to let you guys in, all the spells that I have are just illusions. So
I want to hear that in character. Is this a good time to tell you I'm just an illusionist? I want to have that line.
Character
yeah, I mean, in character as we move in, just to let you guys know, all of the magics I have are illusions. I may be less than useful here. But carry
slightly north side of useless.
How does that change anything? Changes nothing.
It doesn't. It will just explain my actions as I immediately leave any areas of conflict.
The fireballs look good, but do very little damage, unless they believe. He's like the Doug Henning of Dungeon Crawl. All right, Duke, heading south through
dark right there.
Through a 5-foot narrow.
Yes, I can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Describe, then reveal. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you all. If anything, when I listen to your podcast, Clinton, I'm like, describe the room as they, because you guys are like, you enter a room, there's a door, there's a pickle. Okay. It's like, how big is this room? It's like, it's the pickle room of never leaving. No, it was awesome. Right. I laughed my ass off listening to you guys. You're great. All right.
I do tend to forget to describe things.
Yeah, I used to prompt you when I was playing with you. It's like, can we have this from the audience point of view? I'm just teasing him. Okay. A large granite table covered with names and dates stands in the center of a small room. It's like the hallway comes down, and then it's just like a recession to your right or to the west, where a 15-foot section of wall just breaks into like a wider hallway, making a small room. And the table stands out in the center of it, but it's off the path if you guys were to continue forward. At the end of this hallway becoming a room is a door, starting with Duke at the lead. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I would continue making sure the path is clear. So head over, and presumably eventually we're going to get through that door, so go to there and look for a trap.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll just take 20 for perception to look around the area.
So, guys, Duke bypasses the interesting features and immediately starts doing his job, checking the safety of the door. Tapo.
I take a 5-foot step and ready an attack action, shooting my bow at the first enemy I see.
Okay. Still staying out of the room.
Yes. You
guys can move through friendlies for free, so Sigurd?
Yep. I'm going to move up to the tablet and take a look at the all the names and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Scarizio seems to be turning around in the other direction, heading back down.
Yep. I take one look down the hall and go, well, might as well let the others advance in, and I'll delay.
Okay. So, is... right now, Duke is the only light source. You guys light up as well?
I would.
No, I would not. I need both hands.
Well, there's something I can do that's at least useful, so yeah, I'll spark up a torch.
I mean,
you don't even have light?
Cast light on myself.
I do not have the light spell.
You did. Okay, am I putting this light on you or not?
Yeah. I'm carrying a physical torch.
Okay.
I cannot cast light.
Okay, sorry. And Sigurd
doesn't have light.
He doesn't believe in real light.
I'm casting the cantrip light on myself.
Okay.
He waves his hand and makes the torch come to life. No, it's fake. We're not believing in this. Okay. While Duke is taking his time in his 20 on the door, Tapo has entered into combat phase of readiness, and Scarzio backs off, waiting. Sigurd, you wish to examine the table full of names?
Yep.
I believe. All right. Written in an older Teladian common, but still legible easy enough, the tablet seems to provide sort of a chronological record of the Alcastes buried within the tomb beyond.
Okay. Do I see the name of whom we are looking for?
Who are we looking for? Heroni Alcaste?
Heronia Alcaste.
Yes. About halfway down the stone, the list stops, and it ends with Heronia Alcaste. 4049 AR-4123 AR. Apparently stating the year of her birth and the year of her demise.
Mm-hmm.
If these numbers are to be believed.
What were we here to gather again? Items that are, again...
Her medals of honor that are probably
yes, her
with
medals of honor. Right. Yeah, that's not her... that's just a nameplate. That's not a casket, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what year is it?
The current year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We were like, I think it's like 4217. Like she's back 100 years. You know, like the Elven Tongue War was a little while ago, so I'm pretty sure we're beyond 50 to 150 years of her death.
The current year in Pathfinder is 4710.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the most recent thing.
Yeah, but this is a very recent adventure.
War for the Crown, yeah.
That's supposed to be like a game changer and such. So I'd say we were 47 something.
Okay.
4717 to 4718. I texted you about this before.
Yes. Many things have happened. Many podcasts, many DM preps. I'm a multiple empire.
You don't remember everything we talk about? Come on.
She doesn't
it's the current year, man.
How many games are you involved in?
I even gave you a calculation for it.
1? 2 maybe? How many games do you DM? I'm currently involved in several. And this empire. Leave me alone.
You know what I'm hearing?
No excuses. I know, that's what I'm hearing.
Jeff, do you see this? World's tiniest violin.
Uh-huh. You guys all feel warm.
I could get a violin.
We all feel warm.
You feel warm, because I will melt your asses right in your boots. You feel warm.
Okay.
All right.
Open that door.
Right. So, you don't seem to find a trap.
That means there are none. Open it.
Open it. Spins a chamber, puts a gun to his head.
I trust you.
Be my guest.
Quick.
I trust you to open this door. What? I trust you to open this door. All right.
Man, all these Alcaste tombs look the same.
I know. You've seen one, you've seen them all. What year is it? All right. Beyond the door is a 5-foot hall, which immediately opens out into the top left corner, or the northwest corner, of a large, mostly square room. If you step in, the wall fades off to your right 5 feet, and there's a column right in front of you practically. To your left, the room expands outward another 20 feet. There's a door on the wall if you smacked your hand flat, exiting back to the north. In the sort of 5 foot off the wall, the 4 corners of this room, the room extends deeply 30 feet, are 4 columns propping up the proverbial almost in the corners of the room. The room itself is dominated by a shallow pool, 10 feet wide, 15 feet deep. And a statue of a soaring Pegasus rises above the end of the pool.
Well, I can tell that one's a Pegasus. It's soaring. Perfect.
What do you do there, Duke?
Well, I continue my job as the hired trap finder.
Okay.
What do you mean hired? We all have our roles to play.
You specifically at the door just said I'm here as the trap finder.
Well, yeah.
So
I'm the boat
find
shooter.
So go find one.
You mean you're not
and let me do my job.
He said Pathfinder, not Trap Finder. You mean you don't work for the Sovereign Court? You're awfully shifty looking. All right. You're free to move your minis about, gentlemen, if you dare.
Scarizio moves imperiously into the room, waving his torch around.
Sorry, I just was doing a stack. Okay, now we're back to real time here.
Yeah. Horatio moves imperiously into the room, waving his torch around. Seems safe enough. Duke, prove me wrong. Find a trap.
I begin looking towards... I'm guessing this area here is like the next door.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, I make like a pathway that way in my searches.
That way. Could you describe?
To my... I walk through the door, and as soon as the wall kind of falls away, I turn right or left and just kind of keep following the wall.
Right, and heading east. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, we're in theater of the mind for some people listening to this pod, and that way will only draw snickers and like.
Fair point.
Okay, so Scarizio comes in, takes up a point just beyond the column on the side wall. Duke starts shuffling along the back wall or the top wall. Tapo, you have a clear view of the room.
Yeah, so I'll stay right here and ready another attack action for an enemy.
Okay. And Sigurd.
I will walk past Tapo, heading south, entering the room, and pat him on the head. Like, good job. And take a look at the pool. And just enjoy the view.
The first thing that becomes apparent in the pool is the water is stagnant. So, as far as you guys could tell, this place hasn't been kept up in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
However, the pool itself is really shallow. It's like barely a foot deep, and you can see the stones in the bottom, like the floor, as it were. It's almost like a raised curb. They built right on top of the floor and fill it with like a foot of water.
Yeah.
Will their body be here, guys?
No.
All right, well, then move along.
Is there anything else anyone else wishes to do in the room before we try to leave?
I will cast Detect Magic.
Ooh. All right.
Anal natrach utha. Yeah, I said the words.
The best part is Detect Magic is only apparent to you, so you just like chant waggle. You could say anything. It's like, I'd cast Detect Magic. They don't know. It's not like stuff glows as far as they're concerned. It only happens to you. So,
yep.
Okay. I'm assuming the gentleman may have something on them. You sense like the potion that Bob carries, that kind of thing. But in general, any news source, while you're spending 3 rounds concentrating as they shuffle to the door and, get on with the trap finding, no.
Okay.
I guess we're ready to move northward, unless Duke finds something. Keep wanting to use air quotes whenever I say Duke.
That's
I don't know why.
That's because his name is Dio, and then in quotes Duke like it's a nickname in the center. Kobayashi. You've never seen anybody like
there's something wrong with this guy, but I'm not sure what.
Something wrong here. Who uses air quotes? That's the only thing I'm saying. That's wrong. Who the hell uses air quotes anymore? Especially in a dungeon.
What if we tossed him into the fountain if he would smell like a wet dog?
Another 5-foot crevice on the north wall, stepping in, revealing another door.
Search it.
Duke, quote, wave quotes.
Okay. Searches for a trap. I'm just checking to make sure that skill is actually giving me the right number.
So when you take
Yes,
20, what is your actual...
I'm not taking... I don't really want to take 20 on this one, if that's okay. If there was a trap on the other one, because,
go ahead.
Taking 20 on...
still need to know your bonus.
Oh, it's perception. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, I take 20.
Yeah, perception.
What is your bonus?
It's plus 5.
So
after 2 minutes, right?
So you are or you're not?
I am taking 20.
Okay, you don't seem to find a trap.
Cool. Open the door.
Open the door, and your light reveals a long, narrow hallway. However, several alcoves adjacent to each other at 5-foot intervals. 2, 4, 6, 8 in this 45-foot-long hallway. Somber statues of Alcastes past line this hallway. Their hands broken apart and lying at their feet. A pile of shattered rubble lies strewn across the floor. The stone pierced through with abandoned spears and swords. The air is thick with dust and neglect. What do you do?
So I just wanted to clarify. When I look down here, there are these abandoned swords and spears that are jabbed into the stone. Is that what the description said?
You want to step into the room?
No, I just want to see, is what you said, what I'm understanding what you said correct?
Picture a hallway. It's about 45 feet long. Starting 5 feet away is the proverbial 5-foot alcove, just big enough to hold a statue. Okay, you're assuming, as it says, that this is the Alcaste line. Important Alcastes, about 2 by 2 facing each other, either side of the hall. 5-10 feet apart. So there's 5 feet in a hallway, 2 alcoves, 2 statues, and another 5 feet of hallway, then another 2 alcoves for a total of 8 alcoves. The statues themselves, the hands of the statues are broken off and laying around on the floor at the statue's feet. But there's shattered rubble all over the floor of the hallway.
I see.
And sticking out through it is the odd-jutting sword and spear.
From when they held it, and then the ceiling collapsed and...
One might assume, but they don't look like stone weapons. They actually look like real weapons.
Oh.
Duke?
Well, yeah, Duke. Nudge, nudge.
I move up.
Now that he's done your job for you, would you confirm?
I move up, presumably to examine the closest weapon on the floor to me while searching for traps along the way.
Okay, presumably it's like the space in between the first set of 2 statues.
Yeah, so 2 checks.
Yep. Duke, what are you doing after you get a good sense of the hall?
Well, I'm not really trying to get a good sense of the hall so much as I would like to move up so that I'm close enough to see one of the weapons that was on the ground.
You should have...
Because I remember... Oh, yeah. Because I remember we were talking about how each of those weapons, or like how we were talking about the possibility of these being protected by golems that are only able to be damaged by Alcasti weaponry, or possibly.
Right.
No, so I said guardians, not golems.
Oh, guardians. So I'm hoping and wondering if these are Alcasti weapons, if they have like the mark of an Alcasti on them. At the very least, they were attached to those statues.
That is a shrewd assumption. And since you guys didn't like hit up Romeo, pat him down for any like Alcasti weapons that he owns at this moment, probably your best bet.
Yeah. Interesting
theory. Question is, are you proficient with the common longsword and common short spear? Or spear, as it were. Would you be taking penalty wielding these weapons?
Probably.
Probably worth it if your theory
being able to do something.
Yeah, right. Really. I hit it, but it does nothing. I missed, but I'm pretty sure this would.
Is it safe?
Yeah.
Is it safe, Duke?
It's safe so far.
Okay.
He picks up a short spear.
Okay. Quick, sprint down the hall.
Tapo closing in behind you. Sigurd.
I will. Actually, I'm going to give them some room.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just still back into the room, and Scorzio, the imaginary mage.
So because everybody's taking 20s, which takes a long time. Excuse me. I am recasting detect magic as needed.
Okay.
So
and this is your 0 level cantrip that you can just fire off all day long.
I can just fire off all day long.
So whenever there's a pause for a search, you'll just take the opportunity to do the big scan.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what I'm spending my kind of 3 rounds just looking around, observing.
Okay.
Nothing magical is being left behind.
Awesome.
I note that Scariso is within point-blank range.
He is.
That's all. I just note.
I notice you're like walking backwards. Perhaps your job would be served better facing front. He puts his back to Duke, and like as Duke like moves forward, it's almost like your legs are tied together, and you're like moving backward. I got your 6, buddy.
As I see him square up on me, kind of gauging range, I'll lean forward to Sigurd and go, if we close that door and lock it, where we could find decent companions.
I got one for you. According to Jeff's DMing, you give me cover. Did you know that?
Did you know?
Did you know that?
That's right. He does. He does give him cover.
+4 to my IC.
Wonderful. Can we please at least acquire what we are here to acquire before y'all start killing each other?
What?
I don't want to have to deal with bodies.
I would never, unless I had to.
Never rob a tomb unless directly asked to? Well, we were pretty much directly asked to.
Attack my companions. I need them to get out of here alive.
He just likes aiming at you, threatening. There's no
just
arrows been loosed.
I just need to know ranges.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up one of the long swords.
Okay.
I see what you're doing.
Any arrows or bows?
Not that you can see. Spears, long swords, couple of each. And Scorsese, you step into the hallway and you do actually sense faint magic.
Ooh.
So the range is 60 feet and it's a cone.
Yep.
So looking at whoever's measuring out there for me.
Statue on the right, some very faint magic.
How far down?
Yep, emanating from the statue of enchantment and transmutation. Next one on the left, next one on the right.
And I'll point them out to Sigurd as I round the corner and notice the enchantments.
Okay.
Sigurd, those statues appear to be enchanted.
Not all of them, just
yeah, and I'll point the ones out that I think are.
Now you get a general you get a general sense of magic in the room from the statues, but it's very, very faint. and almost like pulsing, like it's glitching or broken, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Barely holding itself together, but it's very faint. It is there.
Star Wars hologram.
Tread cautiously.
Yes. Terrible trap, Duke. You're fired. No, speaking of Duke at the front here, who's boldly gone. Yeah.
Into the darkness.
I don't know why it's dark up here. It shouldn't be. I've revealed.
Yeah, Duke doesn't have light.
It's increasingly menacing.
Duke doesn't have light? We gave him light. He struck a torch. Did you lose it? 1 second here.
Not that I know of.
No. Somehow you bombed your light. How did that happen? I'll get this back to you. Here you go. Ta-da.
There.
Yay.
All right.
So much brighter.
My job's so much better. Ninja holds up a light. Look, I make my own shadows. There's 5 ninjas around me. I put over my head. All right. The hallway ends in a door.
Cool. I will move up to the door, checking for traps, and then check for trap again at the door.
All right. Where's the nearest longsword? I guess I'll take a longsword.
Okay. Now, Duke, you were searching the squares that you're walking on. You're moving along, bum, 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 clearing a path.
Yes.
And the rest of you guys took note of the swords. And who's picking up weapons? Did you decide?
I picked up a short sword or a short spear.
Okay.
I picked up a long sword.
Okay, sorry, It's not a short spear. It is actual. There's long spear, which is your reach weapon. There's a spear, which is on the floor, and there's a short spear, which is like a D6 piece of crap. No, these are spears, D8, two-handed.
Oh, okay. Then I pick up that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tapo helped himself to a sword?
Yes, as well as Sigurd.
And Sigurd as well. Okay.
Yep.
And Scarzio is now whispering magic, mentioning to Sigurd.
It's very creepy.
It's enchanted. Okay.
What is that magic that you keep casting?
Yes, I know divine magic is weird, but it doesn't mean we have to look down upon it.
Oh, you hear that, Scarzio? He thinks you're divine.
I am. I am a legend in my own mind.
No, he said divine, not diva.
Oh, sorry.
Divine.
My bad.
I think he's divine. All right, boys.
As far as I know, I'm not threatened, so can I take 20 on the door?
You can. Now 2 minutes. Everyone's in a holding pattern. Scarzio, is there anything else you wish to do with your magic or poking around in this hallway?
I will. If he's taking a 20 on the door, I'll take a 20 on the first glowing magical statue.
Okay.
Using an identify spell.
Oh, all right. Well, the first thing you notice, taking your time, there's distinct features in the rubble of the shape of stone that's been moshed of these statues, like a paw and an ear. Suggests that the statue was, these parts laying about was a statue of a dog.
Okay. Does that mean anything in particular to me?
Well, this is in and about the rubble that's among the statues and among the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on the magic itself, it seems to come from this, broken up dog statue more than the Alcasti guy that lost his hands. But the statue itself does still have a faint, whether it was a weathering magic or a basic enchantment to make it last longer, or there was something going on here, but
okay.
Difficult to discern.
All right, how'd that door come?
Anything else in the room, gentlemen?
Nope, I think we've...
Here we go. 3 long swords, 4 spears. So we're down a spear and 2 swords.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The rest I think we're going to lay, just wherever they are. Just leave them.
Okay. Duke, at the end of your search, you don't seem to find a trap. However, you believe you can hear scraping and crackling noises through the door to the next room.
I back up 5 feet.
Can I take out a mirror and try to look under the door crack? Or is there a door crack?
No, it's pretty much flush.
Okay. Well then, I hear something moving on the other side.
And now and now I can cut and edit Frank's meta and put it after this. The magic of editing, gentlemen. It's all right. It's okay.
All right. I ready, if I can, which I know I can't, but I attempt to ready.
What?
Normally you cannot ready an action outside of combat, but I'm just trying to say that I...
Sure you can. You can say, I will shoot the first thing that comes through that door. That's a foe. Sure you can. You sit there and tick-tock, tick-tock.
Okay.
It's the fact that you can't aim at a foe before they come around.
Yeah.
So,
because that would be like acting in a surprise round, right? Say he opens this door and there's something in there. Surprise!
Right, do I perceive? First, I have to perceive them. Then, if I perceive them, then I can try.
Right now, you perceive.
Do I get my initiative before them?
What's going on now is the guy in front of you says, "I hear something." Didn't even describe it.
Right. So I'm just readying in case whenever he opens the door.
Yeah, 'cause pretty much if something jumps out, now your imagination races. But if something like jumps at you or whatever, then yeah, sure, get a shot off. Why not?
Okay.
So everyone's prepped.
Quietly close the door.
Scorsese goes to the other end and just... and now we're trapped in here with my imaginary magic.
I'm going to point back at him. Get your ass back here.
No escape route. Closes the door behind us.
Noting the guy with the bow right behind me, can I, kneel down and still push this door open, or...?
Yeah, I should be able to shoot right by you. No problem.
So you want to get low to open the door?
Yeah, open the door kind of on my knees, ready to get up, but out of the way if he goes to shoot.
You don't have long elven ears, do you?
No.
So you should be fine. I won't hit them.
All right.
I'll shoot right between them.
Push on the door?
I swear I won't hit yours.
Dun, 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 dun. Revelio.
Reviliarmus.
Hang on.
I believe the spell is Revelio.
More than likely.
Do we see the source of this scraping?
A moment, please.
No, I demand immediate satisfaction.
This is the age of Twitter. You have to have this stuff.
All right. Duke, on your knees. Again, 5-foot gap before the room opens, and you can see most of the room, and Tapo peering over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Stairways lead up to a marble dais where rotted wooden offerings lie in splinters. The tiles on the floor are scorched black, and the smell of magical ozone fills the air. A sickly pale glow sputters here from... amid a pile of debris. Right here.
This pile of debris here?
Yep.
I'm detecting magic.
Hang on. Well, let me go through this step by step here, okay? Stairways lead up to a marble dais where rotted wooden offerings lie in splinters. The tiles on the floor are scorched black, and the smell of magical ozone fills the air. A sickly pale glow sputters amid a pile of debris, illuminating a shattered sword upon the ground. In the chamber's walls, rows of niches bear ceramic urns labeled with bronze plaques. A repetitive grinding sound echoes through the chamber, erratic and yet unceasing, the source of the noise that you heard through the door. Now, describing the actual layout of the room, Duke, beyond the door is the immediate 5-foot gap again. On your right, the wall recedes 5 feet and falls straight back 15 until it hits stairs, going up 10 feet to another 10 feet to a back wall, and there's a door on the back wall directly straight through from your shot. On the left side, if you were to roll into this room, the wall on the left recedes 20 feet to a wall, continues 15 to another set of stairs on the other wall, heading up 10, and there's the back sort of platform, 10-foot square. So this wall on the back wall itself, the floor at the back wall on the raised dais is actually 30 feet across, but it's the center where all the action is. This raised cut square that you can see here is the dais. Splinter wood, offering, shattered stone, the weird glow, and the sickly scraping sound all come from here. Niches in the wall and plaques all around, and the whole floor seems scorched.
Okay. So this black line in the center... that follows along here. That's a wall.
That's it's like think of it like a raised
platform. Okay, yeah. 10 feet above this area.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Well,
stairs cut in on either side.
Step in. Come up, Scariso. You can't see anything from back there.
Okay. Duke steps in. Tapo, you're saying step in, but you don't?
Oh, no, I will as well.
Okay.
Move to my customary position of covering the room.
Okay.
Oh,
now, from the doorway niches, you cannot cover or see the entire room. However, you do gain cover from the half walls that protrude, which is, I'm assuming, why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Duke's step into the room. In the doorway alcove itself is Duke, followed by Sigurd and a paranoid Scorsese, flanked by 2...
soon to be murdered by 2 statues.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The ozone magical smell begins to leak out of the room and washes over the rest of you guys that didn't notice it before in the main description. Duke, what are you doing?
I was moving into the room and checking for traps.
Yes,
as I go.
Say it out loud.
Yes. I turn to, again, my left and follow the wall that actually leads farther.
Okay.
into the room and follow that.
All right. And
something in my gut tells me to go the long way.
So it's move and then move and move and then move, or basically you're going to
Yeah.
Unfortunately, since a move action to perceive, your second move action, when it's 5 feet or more, holding up next for the next square to perceive, is pretty much one action steps you into one square. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 actions to get where you are.
Okay.
Or 4 rounds if we perceive a threat. Plenty of time for Scorsesio to sit and magic. And Tapo is an overwatch position, so that leaves us Sigurd.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sigurd's just chilling, waiting, seeing what's going on.
Okay. Sputtering, crackling, a weird,
probably leaning up against the wall.
Weird glow from under this pile.
Yeah, be careful, guys.
Is eerie. And Scarizio, your magic, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, does reach it. You sense enchantment and alteration magic. Or I should say transmutation magic.
Enchantment and transmutation. Okay.
Then something interesting happens. Can I have a perception check, Scarizio?
You can. As soon as I find it. Okay. +2. Rolling. Roll super high. 21.
Okay. You hear something behind you. Perhaps when he opened the door. Perhaps the ozone layer reawakening something ancient. But turning around, you immediately sense that the dormant magic fading, bleeding out in these statues becomes a little stronger.
Son of a biscuit.
The hands from the stone statues, under their own power, crawl out of the alcoves, stand up on their clacking stone fingers, and immediately begin coming towards you. The first, directly behind you, 10 feet on your left or the right side. The next one beyond, 10, and the next one beyond, 10 before, where you sensed the magic. Ahead of us, a shift in the wood as something misshapen, strangely shattered, bleeding a horrible ozone smell, and alchemist components, a sickly yellow-green glow in its eyes, and dripping like oil out of its half-metal, half-wooden carcass. A canine-like creature begins to drag itself out of the debris. Roll for initiative, and we'll see you next time.
Oh my gosh. Mage needs food badly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Your great illusion magics are going to be so useful.
Yeah.
I hope you can defend yourself, Scariso.
I have some skill.